setting up in Toronto, a couple of weeks into Warped Tour 2012. For Kevin Lyman, the tour producer and founder, his passion for putting on a show like this for kids has kept him on the road for 18 years.
My regional vision was to pretty much do this for 1 year and go be a school teacher, be a responsible adult. Now, 18 years later, I use that word steward, but you're the steward for this culture of these kids, and that's why I work so hard on this tour. They're coming out to be part of something, for the sense of community to fit in, and you give them a good experience, and that's why I'm out there every day. I still want the kids to see a great show.
And Kevin's dedication to the tour has made it more than just a music festival for the fans. For many, it's an escape.
Ever since I was 12, I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety and eating disorder. In July, I went to Scranton, Pennsylvania, where Warped Tour was, and we saw Kevin walking around, and he was kind of just saying hi to everyone.
I remember meeting her, and she had a little book with her, and she started talking to her, and her friends were kind of pushing her forward. And I said, "What's up?" And she said, "I was just wondering if you can get this to all-time low. They saved my life, you know." And I said, "Well, of course. Why don't you give it to them in person?"
And so he gave me all-access wristbands. Oh, it was awesome. It was just one of the best feelings. I remember I kept hugging him, and he was just "No problem," and all that. It was nice.
The band was so nice to her. They brought her on stage. They talked to her.
I didn't think that anyone would be that giving, even to this day. Kevin still emails me and makes sure I'm doing okay. When people go to Warped Tour, I think there's a lot more of the same type of persons, and I feel it's a lot easier to feel more accepted in a place where everyone else is kind of just in the same boat as you than being at a high school where everyone else is different and there's different cliques, and that Warped Tour, everyone's kind of just one big group.
No, ultimately, I just want to make the Warped Tour a great day for the kids that come. You can change one kid's life. That's pretty cool out here. It's really what it's about.
It's just really heartwarming knowing that someone who didn't even know me actually cared. There's not a day that goes by I don't think of that day. Even if you don't feel accepted anywhere else, there always is one place to feel accepted, and that's Warped Tour.
This is a moving city. Everything goes up in the morning and comes down at night.
A roadie is a gypsy.
Kings of the highways.
Living on the edge of insanity.
I love this job.
We are good to open doors.
What are you gonna wear tonight?
Nothing.
Setting up the show, oh yeah.
We've landed in Toronto, and we're setting up at a beautiful venue on the shores of Lake Ontario.
Guys, everyone in line has a ticket, right?
Kevin is doing his morning rounds and checks in with fans outside the gates. And over in production, Lisa and Damone are taking a moment to relax and enjoy their Sunday.
We are gonna get ourselves a mimosa.
And some brunch.
So they step out to grab a special treat, Sunday brunch.
Lisa and I were sitting in the office just kind of hanging out and getting prepped for going back on the stage, and no big deal. The most exciting thing we could think to come up with was going to get brunch.
Good mimosa.
But little do they know what trouble lies ahead.
I like the vegetarian lettuce wraps a whole lot.
Before we know it, the gates open up and the festival is on.
Let's not lie, let's have some fun.
These kids save up their lawn mowing money and their allowance money, and everything that they do over the spring is geared up for the Warped Tour. And so everything we do is basically just in preparation to give these guys the best days of their summer.
Back in production, Lisa and Damone are finishing up brunch.
This is too much. Breakfast.
Yeah, I'm gonna be really full.
Want to close the door and take naps?
We had a quick check down the monster stage.
What happened? No.
Yeah.
Sleeping with Sirens, 8:50 to 9:10, Rio stage.
What? What happened?
They're shutting down the
Ready for the next one?
Oh,
Yep.
really? Without knowing what was really going on, both Lisa and I jumped to it, and that's just a natural reaction. So we grab a pen and paper, turn our radios up, and Kevin's calling up bands and new times on what stages they're gonna be on.
Are you ready in the office, whoever's been taking us?
Yeah, we've been taking it, Kevin.
4 For today, 9:30 to 9:50 on the Rio stage.
When Kevin Lyman sounds drastic on the radio, then you need to be concerned.
Rise to remain, 8:35 to 8:55, Kevin Says stage.
There has been very few occasions when a stage is closed, and it's a huge challenge to move everybody.
They've shut the monster stage. Someone start getting the word out to the stage managers.
So much for a calm day on the Warped Tour. Damone scrambles to clear the area and find stages for the rest of the bands to play on.
Damone for Kenny Leith.
Go for me.
The monster stage is shut down, so we're spreading bands around. So you were supposed to end with Pierce the Veil. You're now going to be getting Sleeping with Sirens. And they're going to play at 8:50 to 9:10, doing a 20-minute set.
Copy that.
Apparently something happened over at the monster stage. They had to shut the stage down, so we took on some extra bands. We're going to help them out. You know, we're going to get them up here. We're going to get them to play.
So what happened exactly? I didn't hear what happened.
Girl walked to the top of the hill over there and touched her chest and fell down.
She touched her chest?
Grasped her chest, couldn't breathe.
One of the patrons who was attending the show, she had a medical emergency. She had collapsed. It was a severe situation.
All we know is that a girl collapsed, and the paramedics told me that we need to shut down the stage. I need to go take care of the rest of the show with the kids and get the bands rescheduled.
With the monster stage shut down and the stricken fan taken to the hospital, Kevin turns his attention to getting the show back on track.
When you have these large gatherings of people, things happen. You can't control everything. And when something goes wrong, you have to be willing to pull it together and get it done. That's the big key thing, is pulling it together.
The bands find their new stages, making sure the fans don't miss out. America! America! The show is back on, but this is Warped Tour, and sometimes it seems like trouble follows us. The skies are getting darker, and it looks like a storm could be coming right at us.
So we are on high alert from lightning all around us. We just had one touchdown sort of between the CN Tower and us.
That's the CN Tower right there.
That's really close.
I can see the sky is looking really black and dark. It's coming in on top of us. Hi, Kevin. We got lightning. Yep, okay, bye.
After hearing about the storm, Kevin goes out to see for himself.
We're out there in the elements. Rain we can deal with, wind you can deal with, but when there's a lot of lightning around, that's the scariest thing. Through the last few years, we've seen some tragedies out on the road. So you have to be in this kind of cat and mouse game with the weather all day long. When to start a show, when to stop a show. You don't want to stop too early. You don't want to stop too late. You have to have that gut instinct. You hate to shut down the show, but you know, the elements out there. Lightning kills people.
We've just kicked off the show in Toronto, and it's already been a trying day. Now, a storm is on its way, and the crew is getting worried.
Haley's around me.
Yes.
It's starting to rain. Is it going to get worse or last long, or do you know anything?
Looking at the radar, definitely looks like it could come right on top of us.
For Kevin, this could mean postponing or even canceling today's show.
Through the last few years, we've seen some tragedies out on the road. So you have to be in this kind of cat and mouse game with the weather all day long. When to start a show, when to stop a show. I can feel it in the air, and that's, I know, not science, but you know, I can watch the storms going north, and I thought if the lightning came to my left, if it was on the right, I was okay. If it was on the left, then it was gonna be time. When I saw it off in the distance to the left, I said, okay, shut down all stages right now.
Everyone on stage, start bringing your stages down. Copy, Kevin. Burn down everything.
Everything.
Yes.
With the storm now on top of us and becoming more hazardous by the minute, Kevin is forced to put the performances on hold. He knows the fans, and he knows their patience is limited. He has roughly an hour to get the show back up and running or call it altogether.
Hey, Carry for cat power, shuttle generators down, Carry for cat.
Shuttle generators down, very complete. Bring all stations in.
Hey, we're killing the power!
I think Kevin hates to postpone a show. He wants these kids to have the best day of their summer. You know, so I think he's under a lot of pressure.
Attention all Warped Tour bands and production, from the production office due to weather and lightning. All stages have ended for now until further notice.
We're in a severe weather situation right now. The local weather called for possible hail, tornado warnings. The stages are being brought down. Everybody's just going undercover right now.
All right, we're shut down on the main stage. Everything's on standby.
As the storm hits harder, the future of the show hangs in the balance.
I do not want to shut the show down today, and if I can do anything to keep it going, I will.
And while Kevin considers abandoning the show altogether, Kate and the rest of us turn our attention to the safety of the fans.
In emergency situations, the first thing we have to worry about is public safety, safety of our staff. Humans first, assets second.
Warped Tour has come to a halt, and the signs of danger are growing by the second. Kevin makes the call to get the kids to safety.
Recommend that kids tell kids from your stages to go into the amphitheater.
Oh boy, you ready? You're gonna have to open the amphitheater, I believe.
We have over 10,000 rowdy fans inside the festival grounds, and the amphitheater is their best protection from the storm.
Moving that many people along into a safe place is a massive challenge. Let's make a table barricade this way so none of the kids try and come up here on the stage. They're bringing them all.
Kenny Lee, make announcements from the stage that all kids should head to the amphitheater in their cars for a rain hold. We'll come back as soon as it's safe.
We're letting all the kids into the amphitheater right now because of the weather.
But the fans want their show, and they're not happy that their Warped Tour experience is being threatened. They are reluctant to leave the stage area.
Come on, kids! Come on, everybody, get in here!
While we try and move the thousands of fans to safety, Mike and Terry, the setup crew, head out onto the grounds to keep an eye on things.
Well, we gotta come out here, do weather watch. We gotta sit here and make sure none of the tents collapse. We gotta get all the water out. We just gotta make sure basically all the huge expensive tents don't break.
62.5-mile-an-hour winds is supposedly what's cracking, so.
Absolutely. If you can get them on the radio and just double check on that call, if it still stands, we're more than happy to bring the roof in.
Kenny for Kerry.
Big deal, Carry.
You still want the roofs dropped in on both the main stages, is that correct? Copy that.
Stagehands, come on deck!
The fans head for cover, and we hurry to secure the stages. If the wind picks up, it could be dangerous. It doesn't look like the storm is letting up, and the lightning is getting closer by the second. And the question remains, will we cancel the show?
We're at this point in Toronto where I'm going to have to make this call one way or another. It's a huge deal to keep the show going for these guys.
We started to take down tents, but then realized we probably don't want metal rods in our hands during the lightning. Oh my God!
Thousands of fans pile into the amphitheater in Toronto to take shelter as the craziest storm in Warped Tour history moves in.
We had to close down the stages right now, just bringing the crowd in under the amphitheater where it's safe.
Hey, John, there's 3,000 or 4,000 more kids on their way up there.
What's the end of the line right here?
I feel like the violinist on the Titanic right now.
It has now taken almost 45 minutes, but the crew has managed to get all of the fans into the amphitheater.
I go out on the amphitheater stage, and it's literally like ants just coming in, just hundreds of people pouring in. Come in a little bit closer, make more room. Every little section of the amphitheater that we could fill, and it's just completely packed.
The fans are finally sheltered in the amphitheater, but unlucky for Mike and Terry, they're on storm duty.
Everybody cleared out. Everybody went to the amphitheater. It was pretty amazing, actually. Most people were out of tents,
And we haven't had any lightning hit really close to us yet, so. This is where I'm not happy that I'm taller than you. Yeah. We got that.
There are over 10,000 kids waiting on word from the one person who holds the answers. But Kevin is at the mercy of the storm, and it's just not safe to put the show back on right now.
Any updates for me to tell the kids, Kevin? They're all just staring at me.
Let's just tell them it's still raining and we're trying to get a show back, but we can't really do it right now.
In the meantime, Lisa will have to keep the fans entertained.
Is this thing on?
Let's hope she doesn't get stage fright.
Hello, can everybody hear me? Everybody be patient. I think they're working on trying to get this back up again for you. I'm staring at a pavilion full of kids. They're like, what is going on?
I hear Lisa B over the radio. Kevin, what am I going to tell these people? She's got 10,000 kids looking at her saying, you know, when are we going to get to see our band again?
And outside, the weather isn't getting any better.
Raining, it's windy. They just called in a tornado warning. We're rounding up all the sponsors, we're getting them in the trucks, trying to tear everything down as fast as possible, making sure that go really bad, like that lightning.
I wish I would have known how to play guitar or sing. You can only keep that many kids entertained for so long until they turn on me.
With Lisa in danger of losing the crowd entirely, Kevin rushes to the stage with a plan in mind.
Keep on moving in! Please move in as close and tight as you can. Make room for everybody, please. Guys, here's Kevin Lyman. He's going to talk to you about the rest of the day.
Hey, you guys are going to listen up for 1 second. Thank you, Toronto, for letting me bring this show to you for 18 years, okay?
These kids, they really live for the show. I really believe it. It's very important that we bring it to them. I see my daughter there in every one of their faces in some ways. Maybe that is the reason that, you know, that I'm still, that I'm so dedicated to these kids.
Oh, we are going to try to get through. It's getting a little lighter back there. Give us a chance, all right?
After making peace with the fans, Kevin heads off for one last look at the weather to see if this day can be saved. And Lisa gets back to her job as MC.
Who wants to start a song? Why don't you guys sing us your Oh Canada song? We want to hear it. We don't know it.
The sun starts to break through the clouds. The storm is letting up, and we may get to finish this show after all.
Everybody head back out. The music's going to start around 5 p.m. Everybody head back out to the show. It's good to go. Thanks for hanging out with us and singing your Canada song. We appreciate it.
I think today, a day like this, the easy thing to do is to cancel the show, but I'm not going to back down. So many of these kids look forward to this show each summer. That term, the show has to go on, is a true term. The show has to go on.
I am dangerous with a megaphone.
We've really got to hustle now to squeeze all the performances in before dark.
Dealing with a lot of weather issues, trying to get everything back on track, but we're still pushing and we're trying to make things happen, you know? We're trying to get this show in the books.
Well, it's been a little hectic day. You know, we've had a lot of stuff going on, but the biggest thing is we had a storm hit us. We make the call at the right time. We got all the kids under the shed, and ultimately the sun's out. We're going to get a show in, and everyone's going to be able to enjoy the day.
All right, I'm going to crank these guys up. Guys, let's go!
Toronto threw everything at us, but it takes more than a little rain to stop the Warped crew. We pack up the show and prepare to head south. No question, today's storm will go down as one of the worst we've ever seen.
What didn't happen in Toronto today? I feel like I've worked twice today, like 2 days in a row. But just in today, it's been
It's chaotic and crazy, and people are coming in, pouring, you know, soaking wet, but it all worked out. It's made for a very interesting day, to say the least.
We're excited to cross the border and get back to the good old US of A. The Canadian leg of our tour is behind us. Next time on Warped Roadies.
Where's that bloody Kenny Lee?
I'm doing the best I can, mate.
Do better. Hey, carry for Danny Bateman. Carry for Danny Bateman.
Get this set again, because if they really don't like our crew that much, then find a new set of crew.